Alright, so I've debated whether I should bother doing these videos for quite a while now, just because I'm not sure if anyone's going to be interested, but I'm doing it anyway. This one is about 3 things I wish I knew before my first ultra. Ultra distance become really popular, and all I see a lot of the time is people doing their first ultra distance and being in absolute bits, hobbling around for a few days after, and it doesn't really have to be like that. So I mean, but who am I to even give tips? I mean, I'm not a professional runner. I'm just somebody, I'm just a middle-aged guy that's gone from being severely depressed and suicidal to finding running as a vehicle for better health and becoming an ultra runner and stuff. So if you want to know how well I do, I mean, 50k race, I've done 100 miles in under 24 hours. I've done various other races. I've done backyard ultra, did 12 hours, failed miserably. But 50k, I can get myself in the top 10, 15 places most times if I apply myself a bit. So yeah, look, this is just aimed at people that want to get into ultra running. There's a lot of professionals that we can follow, but this is really coming from the horse's mouth, from an average guy, what worked for me really. So number one thing I wish I knew, because I was running around on the roads all the time, so you need to train on the terrain that you're going to race on race day. I mean, it's pretty obvious, but a lot of people don't. They go running, they pound the tarmac, and then they go and do a trail race, and then they wonder why they're absolutely in bits halfway around, because you're using a completely different set of muscle groups. That's that really. So train on the terrain you're going to race on race day. Get out, if it's a trail race, get out and hit the trails basically, and apply yourself to all the different kinds of trails. If there's hills involved, of course you're going to go and do a bit of hill training as well. Number 2 would be the 80-20 rule. So I used to just run around everywhere like a nutcase, and really I'm sure people are going to have all their opinions on this. Again, I'm not a professional runner, but I'm doing what's worked for me and has enabled me to run a 50k race, get a decent finish, and maybe go and run again within 24-48 hours with not too many aches and pains. So the 80-20 rule: 80% of your runs should be endurance building, so they should be slow. They get out at a conversational pace, or breathing through your nose only, and that should be 80% of your training. Walk the hills if you want to, it's absolutely fine. Slow it down to speed up. Endurance building takes a long time, and I'll do another video on 80-20 definitely, because it needs a bit more explanation, and I'm just kind of running through things as quick as I can so you don't get bored if you're still here watching it. So yeah, 80% of the time running nice, slow, building endurance, keeping your heart rate low, walking the hills, and then 20% of the time you'd be doing some steady state running, some hill reps, repeats, all that sort of thing, intervals, whatever's in the plan, but make sure you're kind of keeping 80% of it nice and easy. And then number 3 actually is, it took me a long time to get my head around this, but go out and use time as your factor rather than miles. And what I mean by that is, when you go and do an ultra, you're going to be on your feet for at least 5 or 6 hours, okay? Even if it's a 50k, a bit of decent elevation, you're going to be on your feet for a long time. So you want to train your body to be used to that. You know, my long runs at the end of the week are typically anything from 2.5 to 3 hours, sometimes 3.5 hours, depending on the distance I'm doing. So, and really pace isn't that important again. It's just time on your feet, getting your body used to that, eating, drinking, feeling good about it. All too often, I think we get a bit caught up with looking at other people's Strava and that. Oh, they've done 50 miles this week. I'll just do another. I'll do 2 more, make it 52. I'll beat them. That's not the goal, is it? So try and find, you know, a coach or a plan that designs things around time. The mileage isn't typically important. Just get time on your feet. I think those are my 3 key tips I wish I knew, and would have avoided me hobbling around for a few days afterwards in pain, wondering what it's all about. Doesn't have to be like that. So there you have it. Hope that's helpful. I'm going to do a load of other videos at some point, get out of this echoey kitchen, and yeah, if anyone's got anything they want to cover, then put it in the comment box below. Like, subscribe this video, and then you can see all the other waffling rubbish I put out. Hopefully I'm going to get out on the trail anyway and go through a few things. We'll do, you know, do a bit of training and all that sort of stuff, and see where we go from there, really.